Wait, I can't see myself. I want to see myself. Come on. I only have to get aggressive. Okay, guys, listen up. Getting ready to do Valentine's Day. And I didn't tell Lance. I made him make reservations, but he doesn't know that I'm actually making dinner for us, and we're having a private dinner. So you get to see what I'm making, but you don't get to see afterwards. Chi-chi. Hi guys, welcome back to Galley Gourmet with me, Jay. It's Valentine's Day, and I'm having a special dinner for Lance. He doesn't know it. I told him that we had reservations, so he's thinking I'm going to meet him at a restaurant, and then I'm going to come up with an excuse why I can't get there. But I'm going to make a couple of his favorite recipes. Going to try. I'm going all Italian. So let's see if I can do a good job and make him proud. So we're going to get started, but obviously this is not an outfit to wear when dealing with red sauce. So I'm going to have to change, at least put an apron on. So give me one moment. I think I'm a little safe now. All right, let's get started. All right, now that I feel a little safe, roll up the sleeves a little bit, we're gonna get started. So today's menu, I'm gonna do a manicotti that I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start with some fresh pasta dough. Now I got this from my local pastry store. You can find this online. If you can't find it, you can use the Mozzarella, I believe the name is. They have the flat sheets. You can use that. It's the no bake, and you can boil those for about 2 to 3 minutes just to soften them up. This I don't have to cook, I don't have to do anything. You can use regular lasagna noodles, but you can also buy the shells. The only thing that I found with using the shells is if you cook according to the package, they're gonna break. Trust me, they're gonna break. Undercook them to where they're still hard, because they're gonna bake when they go in the oven. So I wouldn't do anything more than 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. You might still get a little cut in there, but it'll be just fine. But if you can do flat pasta sheets, that's the way to go. So we're gonna start with this. I forgot, my mom would kill me. You're supposed to have wine while you cook. All right, so we're gonna start with this. Again, fresh dough, and I'm gonna put this off to the side, and then I'm just gonna take a towel and I'm gonna lay it right on top, just so the air doesn't get to it or anything like that. We're gonna work on the filling. So I have ricotta cheese that I'm gonna dump right in. I'm gonna mush this down a little bit, just kind of break this up so that everything can get incorporated. I'm gonna start with 2 eggs, pop them right on in. If you're not comfortable with cracking your eggs right in, put them in a bowl so that you don't have to worry about shells. Now, just for a thought, if you happen, anytime you get a shell that breaks, use the shell to pull the shell out, and it comes right out. So I'm gonna start this. I'm just gonna break this up, kind of give it a quick little mix. I'm not looking to necessarily incorporate it right now, but just want to get it started. Now, you guys know me, I love my Cheetables. So I found these little containers of herbs. I don't have to sit here and worry about chopping. If you're like me and you're trying to do something quick, again, I'm trying to surprise Lance, so I gotta do this quickly. This is parsley, it's going right in. I have chopped basil. Pop it open, goes right in. And again, guys, these are fresh herbs and I'm not having to chop them. Now I have some chives. These I will have to chop. I'm gonna grab a handful of these guys, and that goes right in. I'm gonna give this a quick stir because there's a couple more things I'm gonna add in here. So whenever I do this, I wanna kind of sort of stir to get things incorporated ahead of time as we go. And at the same time, we're not over whipping this and the egg is getting incorporated. Let's move that stuff off to the side, kind of clean up. I know every chef says, you gotta be clean. So I'm a horrible chef at keeping my board clean. I own it, I'm sorry. Please don't yell at me. Right now I'm gonna add some salt and pepper to this. And then here's something different. It also brightens it up. Just instead of adding garlic and basil and everything, just a jar of basil. And this goes a long way. When I tested this recipe, I did 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon. It's gonna be plenty. You're gonna have that nice garlicky taste, some fresh basil taste, but it's not gonna be overwhelming. And again, it's Valentine's. You know, I'm kind of sort of expecting something later on, you know, I don't know. Just make sure that we got this all blended, and this is our filling. We're gonna take our sheet of pasta, lay it flat. We're gonna add our filling right down the center. You can do just a little bit more. Leave yourself a border in all ways. So when I say in all ways, I mean right here, and here. That way, when you roll, nothing leaks out. So here we go, we're gonna roll. You don't have to go real tight, but you wanna tuck it in. Just tuck it in and roll. And there you have it, manicotti. Let me continue with this, and then we'll start plating this, and it'll go right into the oven. All right, we got these nicely rolled, and now what we're gonna do is, I have some marinara sauce that I made, and it's my own marinara sauce that I keep in the refrigerator. It's very simple. It's diced onion, garlic, crushed tomato, whole tomatoes, simmered oregano, and basil. That's it. A little salt. Let it simmer, let it cool down, store it. It's gonna be awesome. So I have this right now heating up. So I'm gonna grab my bowls and I'm gonna start plating this, and let me show you how I do that. So I'm gonna take these bowls and I'm gonna add a little sauce to the bottom, just like you do any type of lasagna or anything. You need a base, right? So you put that a little bit down there. And again, because this is fresh pasta, we don't have to cook this. They go right on in here. So I'm gonna lay them seam side down. Then I'm gonna add a little more sauce. And some mozzarella. This one is off the block mozzarella, which I like because it's a thicker shred. And that just goes right on top. All right, now that I have these done, I'm gonna put these on the tray, and they're gonna go for a jacuzzi bath right in here. Now with that, I'm gonna clean up, and then we're gonna get on to something special, one of my favorites. Okay, now we're gonna do something of one of my favorites. I had this in Chicago at one of my favorite Italian restaurants, and it's called Carrozza. I think I'm pronouncing that properly, but I'm sure I'm gonna get some comments on it. But basically, it's an Italian grilled cheese. American side, it's almost like a mozzarella stick. So let's get started on this, and I'm telling you, if you have not had this before, you are gonna die for it. So we're gonna start with white bread. What you wanna do is take the white bread, and we're gonna add some softened butter on each side. This is gonna be the inside. And what this does, and I had asked the chef at one point, why do you do butter? Well, he told me it keeps everything together. It keeps the moisture. It helps the cheese actually not spill out, if you will. And butter makes everything better, right? On the bread, we're gonna add sliced mozzarella, and I like to do 3. We close it, and then, kids might like this, we cut the crust off. So we're gonna just slice right down there. And I really think they mainly take the crust off because it does change the texture, but also at the end, the presentation is amazing. So here you have it. Cheese sandwich, right? And let me finish these up, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do next. All right, now that I have these done, we're doing the typical breading station. So we've got some eggs I'm whipping up right now. We've got the flour, and we've got panko. I am not seasoning this because you'll see why when we get ready for all this. But these are gonna be shallow fried. Now, if anyone's ever questioning what shallow fried is and deep fried, the difference between deep fried and shallow fried. Deep fried is big pot, drop it, deep fried. Shallow fried is in a short pan, little oil, and then you have to flip and then make sure that everything's evenly coated and fried. Is it better one way or the other? Not really, it's fried food. I mean, come on. All right, so we got our eggs beaten. So what I'm gonna do is cut these diagonal, stick it in some flour, and you definitely, this is a thing that I have learned, you want to make sure everything is coated all the way around so it helps seal. Smack the baby, dip it in the egg, run it through. Facial, and again, make sure everything is getting coated. And then that goes right into the panko. And again, make sure you're pushing and getting all the sides. And then I'm gonna show you really quick. We're gonna take this right over and we're dropping it right in the oil. This one looks good. Now, here's the fun part. I'm gonna grab this guy out, and now get it all in there. And yes, this is hot. Here you guys go, Valentine's dinner. Now wait, you don't get to see anything more.